It's Earth Day, and it was a stupid holiday that I thought somebody made up at some time, and it kind of still can be for some people. Um, Once I get into scouting, I started realizing how beautiful the Earth is and how we take it for granted, and how so many people just spit on it, step on it, more than just literally, figuratively. They throw things at it, and they just expect it to just continue to take the abuse that we throw at it. Um, it's a beautiful living thing that was created by what I believe to be God, and it's something that we have stewardship over. And so many people just pay it no attention. They live in their head, and they pay no regard to that which is around them. Um, about a year ago, I took a class in Leave No Trace um, philosophy, and what that is how to tread lightly on the earth and how to pay respect to the wildlife. One of the funniest and ironic things that happened during that class was we sat through an entire presentation on how not to harm wildlife, and I agree with that. And just because something is alive and I'm afraid of it, or I have dominion over it, doesn't mean I need to destroy its life. And we dismissed from the class with all these good feelings, and we went out with our work gloves to clear some brush and make an area more beautiful and more accessible to human beings. And as we were walking along the trail, there was a copperhead snake, which is poisonous, venomous. Forgive me, there's different classifications. Venomous is one and poisonous is another, but copperhead. And it was just on the trail minding its own business, and immediately, just after this class of don't harm wildlife, they grabbed the loppers that we were using to clear the brush and went over to try to cut the head off of this snake, simply because it was there. There was no attempt to relocate it. There was no anything. It was just lop off its head. And I know a lot of people are really into that, and I can't in good conscience do that. That's just me. I know other people like me. I have copperheads around my house. I just let them be. But the only time we've had a bite was when someone actually tried to pick it up, which is not really a good idea. And it's expensive, painful. So anyway, we're there, and they have these loppers, which were for an organization that was volunteer oriented. So they were dull and old and rusty, and so it was really tragic, and it was very upsetting to me, because as they tried to cut the head off the snake, it was an epic failure. All it did was just cause the snake to suffer, and it was tragic, and it broke my heart. And I guess the message really is there's a respect for what's out there. We're in their backyard a lot of times, and yes, if you're in harm's way, then you should defend yourself and your family. But throwing cigarette butts out the window is a huge peeve of mine, because I do roadside cleanup, and they just take forever to disintegrate. And what might shock you is if you look up how long things take to break down, and then you might think twice about what you disregard as the Earth's problem and not yours.